Hi, welcome to On-Prem versus Cloud. This is Christian, and today we are going to talk about the bulk registration token method in SCCM. So in the last video, we talked about AAD token-based authentication, where we we saw that how a device that is joined to an Entra tenant gets an AAD token, and it can use that AAD token to talk to my on-prem site and get a CCM token issued to it, right? In this video, we are going to talk about this bulk registration token method. How is it useful? So bulk registration token is used in scenarios where we have a device that is present on the internet and it does not have a PKI certificate issued to it, and it is not joined to an Entra tenant either. So it cannot use an AD token to pre-authenticate itself to the site. Um, and it does not have a PKI certificate either. So what what's the alternative? The alternative is bulk registration token. Okay, so using this token, I can um, I can install an SCCM client on a device that is on internet and make it able to be communicate to my on-prem site via the cloud management gateway. And once the installation and registration will be done, the machine will get its own unique token that it can use for further communications with the cloud with the site via the cloud management gateway. Okay, so let me revert few things in this paint window. Okay, so this is my internet device. This is my on-prem site, which is present on my company's local network, intranet. In other words, this is my cloud management gateway. Okay, which is on Azure, obviously. Now, my device is not joined to an Entra tenant. My device do not have a PKI certificate either, but it's on internet and there is no SCCM client on it yet. Okay, it does not have an SCCM client and it is not registered to the site yet. It is just a fresh device uh, which I have built uh, and I wanted to be able to communicate to my on-prem site via the CMG. Okay, so it does not have a SCCM client either, and it is not registered to the site, and it's on internet. So the first thing I want to do is to install an SCCM client on this device. So how do I do it? It's on internet. It does not have a PKI certificate. It does not have an AAD token either. So I need to create a bulk registration token first. Okay, where should I create the token? The token needs to be created on the site server, the topmost level site server in your hierarchy. If you have a multi-site hierarchy wherein you have a CAS and you have primary sites, the registration token should be created on CAS. And if you don't have a CAS, if you just have a primary site, a single primary site, or maybe you have a primary site with multiple secondary sites, it should be created on your primary site, which is the topmost level site in your hierarchy. Okay. All right. So how to create that token? So the steps to create the token is present in this article. I will share this article in the video description as well. The title is Token Based Authentication for Cloud Management Gateway. This is for Configuration Manager. And if I scroll down to bulk registration token section, here we have the steps to create the token. So to create the token, uh, first of all, I need to sign into the top level site server with local admin privileges. That means the user account using which I will be signing into my top level site server should have the local admin privilege on the site server. And then I need to open a command prompt as an administrator, and then I need to switch to this directory, bin x64. Actually the uh, this is actually a folder that is present in your config mgr installation drive. So Within the installation drive, you will find this bin x64 folder. First of all, you'll find bin, and under bin, you will find x64, wherein you will be able to find this bulk registration token tool.exe. And if you execute this tool in the command prompt with the slash new parameter, it will create a token. And how the token looks like, it will look like this. Okay, this looks like a long alphanumeric GUID. Uh, so this is how it looks like, and you should copy this token and maybe store it somewhere in a notepad or OneNote or wherever you want. Okay, few things about this token, few facts. First is this token is not stored anywhere. If once you generate this token is not stored anywhere in the site or in the database or maybe on the client side where we will be using this token for client installation and registration. This token is not stored anywhere. It's just a temporary token that enables our internet devices to communicate to the on-prem site via the cloud management gateway, get themselves registered, and then get a CCM token issued to themselves. Okay, so this is just a temporary token. Okay, since it is temporary, um, what is the lifetime or what is the expiration date for this token? So I think by default this token is valid for 3 days, uh, and the maximum expiration value that we can set for this token is 10,080 minutes. That is 7 days. Um, and how to do it? When we create the token using this tool, bulk registration token tool.exe slash new, we can supply this switch as well slash lifetime, and then equals to value. Sorry, not equals to, but we just need to give a space and then type the number, which is actually the number in minutes. And for those minutes, the token will be valid. So if you supply 4320, it will be valid for 3 days, and it's the by default validity period for the token. Um, and if you want to increase the validity period, you can maybe increase the maximum value that you can set for as 10,080 minutes. Okay. All right. So we understood that how to create this token. We understood how to set the lifetime of this token when it gets expired, what it is used for. Now, how to use it? The token has been generated. Now, what to do? What is the next step? So, as I said that we are mainly creating this token so that I can install the client on my SCCM client on my internet device. Okay, so I have to go on this device locally. I have to sign in on this device, and then I need to run the command line to install the SCCM client. And I need to make sure that this slash reg token colon value is supplied in the command line. And the token that got created, I need to supply that value, specify that value here, and then execute the command line. And what will happen? The device will first connect to my CMG, and the CMG will then forward the request to my CMG connection point, which is present on my on-prem site. Okay, so it will connect to the CMG and then to the CMG connection point, which is in my on-prem site. Now, the device needs two things. My internet device needs two things right now. It needs, first of all, it needs a CCM token issued to it, and the second thing it needs is um, it needs the location of the content where the installation files are located. Okay, so two things here. It needs a CCM token plus it needs the location of the I mean the location where the client installation files are located, so that it can download those files and then it can install the client. Okay, so what will happen next? The CMG connection point will then forward the request to my management point, which is open to the cloud management gateway traffic. And there is a component on my management point, which is CCM underscore STS, whose job is to pre-authenticate the device and issue a CCM token to it. Okay, so the CCM STS component will issue a CCM token to my internet device. The device will get a CCM token issued to it, and plus it will get the location where the client installation files are located. The location could be my on-prem site. Maybe it could be the same management point which validated or which pre-authenticated the device, because the client installation files are present on a management point as well. Or if the CMG is serving as an Azure storage for my site and it has the client installation files, then it can also supply the installation files to my internet device. So my internet device can download the files from my CMG as well if it contains those files and if I have enabled it for storage. Okay. All right. So this is how the installation happens. So once my device will download those installation files, it will then the CCM setup service will then parse those files, and then it will hand over the installation to client.msi, and the client.msi will get executed. It will then perform the installation and the installation will finish. All right, so the installation is done. My device has installed the SCCM client. The log files that I can check for the installation is ccm setup.log and client.msi.log on the device, on the machine on which I've installed the SCCM client. On the management point side, we can check ccm underscore sts.log. I think these three logs shall be sufficient for tracking the installation. The second stage of installation is registration. Once the installation finishes, the device needs to be registered to my on-prem site. And for the registration as well, the bulk registration token is used. So the bulk registration token that we supplied when we executed the command line for client installation, the device will use the same registration token to reach out to my on-prem site, uh, and it will pre-authenticate itself again and request a new CCM token so that it can register to the site. Okay. During the installation, it requested the CCM token so that it can request for content locations, because the management point is not going to cater content location requests from a random device. Okay, so uh, first of all, it will pre-authenticate the device. It will give a CCM token to the device, and then the device will reach out to the management point again with that CCM token, and the management point will return the content locations where it can download the client installation files from. Similarly, for registration as well, the device needs to have a CCM token first so that it can send a registration request to the on-prem site. So first of all, it will take the bulk registration token and reach out to my on-prem site. My management point will receive the request. It will validate the bulk registration token, whether it is valid and active, and whether it was created on the same site. And then it will issue a CCM token to the device. And once my device receives a CCM token, it will then send a registration request to my management point again. And uh, I won't go deep dive into the workflow for registration, how a client registration happens, but it the registration is mainly handled by the management point. So once my management point uh, is able to validate the device and register it as a reply, It sends an approval to the device that okay, you are registered now and you are approved as well. And plus, along with it, it supplies a self-proof token as well. It issues a self-proof token to this internet device. So once the registration is complete, my device gets a self-proof token issued to it. And how a self-proof token is used and for what purpose it is used, we will try to cover it in our next video. Okay, so this was all about bulk registration token and how to create the bulk registration token and how to use it, what it is used for, and what scenario it is used for. If you guys have any questions related to bulk registration token, then please feel free to comment in the comment section and we can have a quick chat over the comment section itself to discuss and clear our doubts. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will discuss about self-proof token in our next video. Thank you.